Hello, I'm Grady Wolf, Market Analyst with Bell Direct.
And I'm Nicholas Reid from Reid Corporate.
Nick, what a year we've had. 2023 was possibly the biggest year in a lot of our calendars. Let's take a look back at the events we've done and the miles we've clocked so far. All in economy, might I add. My back's a little bit sore. Where did we start the year?
It's been a huge year. We've really expanded RRS, and thanks to Bell Direct and your team as well. It's been a great collaboration.
It's a great partnership.
We started off with our 20th anniversary of the Gold Coast Conference.
Doesn't that feel like years ago?
It does. It
Honestly.
Yeah, hard to believe it was May, and we were just filming some previews for that here in Perth.
In Perth.
Seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
It does, but then again, we've done so much in between. I'm like, where has time gone? But we've done so much.
Yep.
So we went to the Gold Coast.
We went to the Gold Coast. We obviously had 2 fantastic days there. We ran a number of Twilight series where we brought a group of 6 companies over to Melbourne and Sydney.
That was really interesting, I found, because it's a smaller audience, but we kind of exposed investors to some companies they may not have heard of before, because the mining jurisdiction of WA is seen as another country to the East Coast.
It sure is, and it was a chance as well to bring companies that had something specific happening at the time. And I think the late afternoon slot worked well for investors. They can come along, kind of finish their day, come along as the market closes and get 6 great stories and then finish off with a drink afterwards. So,
and gosh, those stories have grown. Talk about Spartan.
Absolutely.
What was the price then?
Well, that was in, if I recall correctly, July, which was our first Twilight, and Spartan was the highlight, or I suppose one of the lead companies in that group.
Name change, Gascoigne to Spartan.
Gascoigne to Spartan, and they obviously had a huge year with their Never Never discovery, and it's been a great success.
So the share price in July was around 10 cents?
They recapped at the start of the year at 10 cents.
And we're, what, 49.5 today?
Nudging 50 cents at the moment, so that's been one of the highlights of the year.
That is phenomenal.
And obviously they've ridden the gold boom as well, so that was a great series. And then we obviously did the summer series as well.
Just finished.
Just finished, yep. So we hit Sydney and Melbourne a full day in each. It was pretty exhausting, but
it was awesome. Typical Melbourne weather. It was freezing.
Yep.
Summer series was cold, but we had a few debutantes there, which was exciting.
We did. It was we had some completely new companies there that had just IPO'd, some lithium companies, a few RS newbies like Caravel and others that we were hearing from for the first time. And it was a great day, and a great buzz around the events, I thought. And particularly with you interviewing people in their booths along the way.
It's a bit fun, isn't it? A bit of a quick fire, and the CEOs don't always love it, but we love putting them on the spot.
Absolutely.
We'll continue to do that next year.
Definitely, yep.
Now, you and I and the team have started a new content strategy, and it's from the mines, behind the mines, which is our From the Helm series. We've taken investors to the depths of the earth, the mine, literally the pit edge of the mine. We've had some really hot days, so lots of flies, but there was a serious gap in the market of delivering and physically showing investors where their money was going. So do you see big outlook for this strategy next year? Totally.
It's something that when I talk to our investors over East, so many of them in the Gold Coast and the East Coast generally have never been to a mine. They've got no idea how they operate, what it's all about. So I think what we've done this year has been a real game changer.
It really is.
And we obviously went with Simon Lawson to see Spartan, to see the Dalgaranga project. And you were in the depths of the earth yesterday.
Literally yesterday at Bellevue. And
how was that?
Oh, it was phenomenal. And I say every time I go to a new mine site, oh my God, this is the best day of work ever. And it really is, because I had never gone underground in my life. Like, the furthest I'd gone underground is digging a sand pit or a hole at the beach. So the fact I could be 400 metres underground and see firsthand, get my feet dirty, get my hands dirty, and see exactly how gold is mined was so important. And I think it's so important for investors to see for themselves the fundamentals behind the mines, see exactly the operations that go on, the employment level of these companies. So Bellevue has 150 people on site at one time, or probably got the numbers wrong, but it just goes to show that investors trust word and trust announcements and trust what the market's saying, and understanding the fundamentals of exactly how a mine operates is super important.
Absolutely.
So next year, we're starting with uranium.
Yep.
I'm really excited to go to Adelaide with Boss Energy. And then we are on the brink of I think we can confirm it, looking to go international to deliver to you some of the really exciting projects happening in Canada. And then potentially expanding further, but we won't go there yet. I'll just tease you with that
One
much.
step at a time.
One step at a time, but we're starting with Adelaide first. Boss Energy is set to come back online literally this month.
Yep.
First production of the Honeymoon mine. It's looking very pretty from the photos, so yes. I'm excited to see how the pretty operates.
Absolutely, absolutely, and a great site visit out of Adelaide as well.
Exactly,
nice part of the world to go to, and
yeah,
and of course this will be the first new uranium mine for a long time in Australia. So it's an exciting milestone, and particularly with what we've been saying about nuclear energy and the uranium space, it's really topical too. So
yeah.
So that'll be a great first site visit.
First site visit over east, well, in the middle of Australia.
Yep.
But speaking of Adelaide and something new in Adelaide, there is a new event on the Reed corporate calendar next year.
There is.
Talk to us about that.
So we're launching our Gather Round, which is the RS conference, a one-day event, just early April.
Yep.
And we're dovetailing it with the Gather Round, the AFL Gather Round.
Yep. So everyone flies into Adelaide.
Everyone flies into Adelaide.
Tickets sell out.
Absolutely.
So the investment opportunity is massive.
It was their first Gather Round last year. It was a huge success for Adelaide, so not surprising they do it again.
Absolutely.
Every team is there, so you're not going to miss out.
No.
It doesn't matter who you support.
Yep.
You're going to be able to watch them in the flesh, and probably see them around the town as well.
Yeah, so, Adelaide's nice and quaint.
So we'll obviously see a lot of people from Perth, people from Melbourne, and hopefully Sydney and Brisbane as well, even though they're not as big on AFL. We'll try and convert
Sydney,
them.
we're trying to convert Sydney. I try every week.
So the idea is, what better way than to obviously have the benefit of accessing that, but also to get a day of great investment opportunities.
Yeah.
So we're holding that at the National Wine Centre, which is a wonderful location in Adelaide.
And we all love wine.
Absolutely. There might be a couple of tastings along the way.
I think I have to come.
And it'll be very much football themed, so bounce down, quarter time, half time, all that sort of stuff.
Awesome.
And, I think it'll be a great day.
I think it will be awesome.
We've got some excellent speakers, and I just think it'll be a very, informative and rewarding experience for people to come along to. Yeah,
and it's a reason to get out of your kind of comfort zone. And I know Adelaide's a really exciting place, and they've got some really key mines, as we said, the Boss Energy uranium mine. But it's just an exciting opportunity to take yourself on a holiday as well to start the year.
Look, it's not a bad part of the world to visit. So we're doing a special lunch on the day after the Friday, after the conference, and that's up in the Barossa Valley. So that's an opportunity.
Twist my arm.
For anyone who's attending the conference to go along to that, the winemakers and winemakers lunch. So that's a must-do event, I think, as well.
Yeah. So big events calendar next year. Now, 2023, we can't stop without looking at the highs and obviously the lows. The lows being my bloopers. So I think we should give our audience a bit of a taste of what the bloopers look like of eating flies and a few mishaps here and there. Let's take a little look. Australia's western... There, there's a fly in my mouth. Steady state there, steady here. Mining jurisdiction. I was so close. Is an excellent... Boom! 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 It's not that hard. Without further ado, I think it's time to pour some gold. I hope you enjoyed that, having a laugh at me in 2023, and I'm sure there'll be many more bloopers to come in 2024. Nick, I'm getting a bit thirsty. I think cheers to 2023.
It's quite hot in here.
It is really hot.
And it's nearly Christmas. So,
it's nearly Christmas, so let's cheers to that. Let's hit the pub.
Absolutely.
2023 out, 2024. We are so excited. Let's go.